Before starting the webinar, I would like to introduce myself and my team members, which will be with us along the webinar. So my name is Daniel Ali Sajid, and I am product specialist here at Replug. And so there are. And Mohsin will be answering to all of the queries in the live chat. So you can pop in your questions there. So today's webinar topic. So today's webinar topic is how can you increase brand authority with Replug branded short links. So let me give you an overview what we will be covering in this webinar. So first of all, recently developed features of Replug that we have released in the few months previously, and what are custom domains. So what are the benefits of custom domains, and we will be getting a detailed demonstration of how can we connect custom domain with Replug from Zaryab. And lastly, we will be giving a look at the roadmap of Replug. So heading again. So these are some of our recently developed features, which are A/B testing, deep links, and traffic routing. So A/B testing, it refers to a randomized experimentation process wherein two or more versions of a web page are shown to different segments of website visitors at the same time to determine which version leaves the maximum impact and drives business metrics. What are deep links? Deep links are a type of a link that sends users directly to an app instead of a website or a store. They are used to send users straight to specific in-app location, having users time and energy locating a particular page themselves. For instance, if a YouTube link is shortened and enabled with deep link feature, we will open the desired live stream video or profile inside the YouTube application whenever clicked on. But if the application is not installed, the user will get a web preview of the destination URL. We are offering around 70 applications that are allowed on deep links under the social media, e-commerce, music, video, and productivity categories. So what are traffic routing rules? Traffic routing feature, the feature by Replug makes it simpler to get the ideal crowd significantly quicker. You can add up to 10 rules. Each will may consist of multiple blocks, and each block can have multiple filters. Filters include country, browser, device, operating system, IP, day of peak, and date. So, for instance, if a user is visiting a URL from US, it will be redirected to Facebook.com. But at the same time, if the country is Pakistan, so that user will be redirected to Instagram. And if you talk about date, if a user is clicking on the link on 17th of Feb, so of today, so it will be redirected to Instagram or Netflix. So if it's redirected, if it's clicked on 18th of Feb, it can be redirected on Instagram. So how much powerful this feature is. So moving on, what are custom domains? With Replug, you can seamlessly integrate your custom domain to create powerful links, replace rpsg.co, or if you are on a paid plan, remove the replug.link with your brand name. Link your custom domain in Replug and create true branded links in a matter of minutes. For instance, if a user has a domain febut.com, so he can create subdomains like link.febut.com, tag.febut.com, shop.febut.com /computer, PC, anything you want. So you can create a brand building, and it's you can create a brand build, and custom domains imprints your brand in the mind of the reader and helps get more clicks. Use Replug to establish brand authority with everywhere you share your link. So we will be giving a look at the benefits of a custom domain. So as I mentioned earlier, it will highlight your brands everywhere you will be sharing your links. So nextly, there is no slug availability issues in the custom domain case. So as there are many users that will be using replug.link. So if you are shortening a URL and giving it a replug.link /webinar slug. So if you are not using custom domain, if a user is already used webinar slug, so you will not be able to use it again. So here comes the custom domain. If you have already connected your custom domain, then you can use your link /webinar. So it also improves your click-through rate and it's already easy to memorize and create recognizable links for your business. Let me give you an example of a branded sorted link. So as you can see, in the above case, it's a ugly long link with the product name. So if we short with a custom domain, user has created a custom domain shop.carted.pk/brushkit. So it's a very beautiful rebranded short link. So here you can use the custom domain. So I think guys, you're ready to connect your custom domain. So Zaria will be giving you a detailed demonstration on this. So let's move on. Over to you, Zaria.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Daniel, for such a brief description of everything. And I'm really excited to see how you change a very ugly looking link into a very smart link and a very short, good looking link. So now I'm going to, as you guys are already aware of the benefits of the custom domain, now I'm going to show you how you can actually connect a custom domain. Just a second, I'll be sharing my screen. Here we go. So in order to connect your custom domain, first of all, we have to go to the custom domain section. We can go to the app.replug.io and we can directly navigate to custom domains from here. Once we navigate to the custom domain section, we can click on add domain option, and we only have three basic options here that we have to work on. First of all, just like the custom domain we talked about earlier, febut.com. If I have a custom domain that says febut.com, I would prefer changing it, first creating a subdomain for it. And the reason I would create a subdomain for it is to segregate my main domain and the domain that I want to use for my marketing separately. So let's suppose I make it like track.febut.com. And afterwards, I have to provide a 404 redirect URL. So a lot of people who are thinking, what's this 404 URL? We do not want any of the URL to be in a hanging state. Let's suppose if something goes wrong, we want the page to land in a secure zone. And that zone is the 404 page of your custom domain. Lastly, you have to provide that branded domain. Let's suppose for some reason user does not get to the link that you have shortened. Let's suppose you have shortened the link with a slug shop at the end, but that slug does not exist or that link does not exist. So we do not want a user to be wandering around that where to navigate. We want it to be navigated to a main domain. So I would prefer to take my user to my main homepage in that case. So it's a really handy thing that how we can change the scenarios and how we can customize each and everything here to suit our use case. Last thing is the DNS configuration. You have to use a name or cname here. Whenever we talk about a record, in every sort of hostings or DNS records, we have to use the a record to point your custom domain to Replug's domain. So how we do that? Let me do that in a cPanel. So this is a cPanel in which we have gone to a zone editor. In that zone editor, if you want to change the a record for your main domain, just like here, it's written febut.com. I can simply edit it and put in the IP address of Replug. So where am I going to get the IP address? Let's hop back towards this screen. So in this screen, we can see that this is the IP address that we have to use for the a record. I simply have to copy it, paste it here. Voila, we are done. Let's suppose I want to create a subdomain and put my stuff there. All I have to do is I have to type my subdomain here, track.febut.com. And in this IP address, I will simply paste in the IP address that has been provided here. Isn't it too simple? Yeah, it is. The point is we have put in some hard work and we have put in a good effort to make these things look a lot more simpler. You must be knowing that DNS configuration usually takes up to 48 hours. So for the sake of that thing and to show a correct demo to our customers, we have already connected this custom domain and it has taken some time for its propagation. And now this track.febut.com is already connected. So if I go to my Replug account again, I can see that this is connected here. I can check for its connectivity anytime and I can get the message, okay, your domain has been successfully connected. Thank you, Replug, for informing me. Now I can go to the brands. I see that, do I have a brand here? Yes, I do. In this webinar brand, I have a campaign already created for the sake of this webinar. If I go to these if I go to these campaigns, I can see the webinar leads campaign already there. In that campaign, I've already connected my custom domain. So what's the essence of all of this? Now this custom domain is connected with this campaign that is known as webinar leads. So whatsoever link I'm going to create under the umbrella of this campaign is going to get the short link of the custom domain that I've just connected. Let me show you how I did that. In these links, I have this link created that redirects you to the replug.io main website. If I visit that link, I can see that we stay on that website, we get a CTA where we have the content that we wanted. And look how simple it was to just connect your subdomain and enjoy it. If you are unable to look at the URL, I've just shown it on the screen how it looks like. Afterwards, we will talk about a little bit regarding the future developments of Replug. So, my dear friends, the journey is not over yet. There is an entire Replug roadmap ahead. So 4 of the most important and major things that I would love to talk about would be, first of all, white label. It is going to be an immense and very unique feature for the agency users who want to use Replug as their own brand. They want to brand the entire Replug platform as per their requirement. They can onboard their own clients there, they can onboard their customers there, and they want to remove any sort of branding of Replug and any sort of logos for Replug or email templates from Replug. It would be solely based on the brand that those people have created. So white label actually gives you the entire authority of using the Replug with your own brand authority without using the name of Replug. Next comes the biolinks. You must be thinking biolink is already in use. But the good part is, in the biolink, we're going to get the audio, video, and card section. If I put a video in my biolink, I'm going to be the most happiest person here because my video is going to show my portfolio and I will be able to make my customers or make the people stay on my biolink for a longer time instead of clicking on a link and going on some other link and watch a video. So having a video or audio or card on my biolink is a great feature. Next comes the QR code. In the QR code, we are going to offer a lot of customizations like the size of the QR code, color of the QR code, if the logo of your brand needs to be merged in a QR code, like all sort of customizations that you can think of would be given in the QR code in the very first quarter of this year. Next comes the Zapier integration. Who doesn't know about Zapier? Zapier allows you to connect with thousands of applications. When we plug in Replug with the Zapier, actually we allow you guys to connect Replug with all of the other email marketing companies as well as other brands. So your data from Replug can be converted or can be taken to the other applications, and that can help you to create a better funnel or make up a good conversion for yourself. This is what we are coming up. And again, it's not all of it. There's a lot of other things going on behind our head that we have in the bucket, and that would be a surprise for you guys in future. That's all from my side, guys. If you have any question, please let us know. We would love to answer that question. All right, guys, so we are getting a couple of things in our comments. So let me demonstrate you by screen sharing again. Just give me a second. Okay, let me explain the question first. So they want an overview of how we can create a campaign, how we can play around and enjoy different colors of campaign that we have here. And let's take a look how it goes. So here I'm in my Replug account. I'm in my Replug application. In the brand, I can create multiple sort of brands here, but I'm going into the campaign. Basically, we can have 4 types of campaigns, which could be a very basic shortener campaign, a campaign with a call to action, a campaign with third-party widgets included in it, and a campaign with retargeting pixel. All of these 4 types has their own essence, has their own significance in their domain. Whenever we use them in different combinations and in different sort of tricks, we get the most out of it. So right now, I will not be connecting a custom domain here again, because we have already worked on it. I will be creating a very short, a simple shortener campaign and see how it looks like. So I'm going to name my campaign as webinar shortener. And I'm going to create one more campaign that could be a little bit more interesting with the options that we have here. Just a second. Webinar CTA. This would be a call to action campaign. Here we have multiple options. We can use a button, this call to action, or we can have a link here, or we can have a form. A lot of you must be thinking what a form is. It's the basic gateway of collecting your leads. It's the way how you actually get the conversions. How you get the conversions is you connect a email provider in the Replug, and whosoever provides his email address in that link is going to be sent to the list or to the list created in that email provider. So let's suppose if I select send in blue here, or if I select Motic or Drip, we have up to like 17 or more than 17 email integrations here. So you can select any sort of email integration here, and if you select it and then you generate links from this campaign, you will be able to collect leads. For now, I will be using a simple button. Here we have different sort of fashions in it. You can have a modern button. You can have a banner. Why not have an exit intent? So whenever a person is about to leave the link, he gets a pop-up where he gets to see all of this content. Or we can have the pop-up option with a really nice image showing right here. We can even have a scroll box, not a bad choice. I'm so mesmerized by all of these different sort of things that I can use to actually make my link look so gorgeous. Okay, so my headline is going to be webinar is going awesome. And my message is going to be ship. In the call to action button, I can actually change the text of this button. How much more kind of customizations do I need in this? Let's join now. And whenever someone joins in, I want them on my website right away. Perfect. Okay, so let's change the color. We can change the color of the button, color of the text, color of background, everything, simply everything. You can even change the position where the CTA actually looks. Right now it is on the bottom left. You can put it on the bottom right. We can even put whether we need the circle borders or not, or whether we need a pop-up sound whenever a CTA appears when a person visits that link. Even the time is customizable. After how much time you want your CTA to be popped up. Oops, I guess I've entered the wrong time here. Let me correct it so that I get the perfect domain just like I created it. 1 second would be enough. Yes. Let's go to the Replug links and create a new link. In this link, I'm going to use the webinar shortener first, the simple URL shortener that will simply redirect me to another link. And if I put in the URL here, just give me a second. Oops, this URL looks huge. Let's save it. Get the shortened link, visit it. And great, that small link has taken us to whatever place we wanted to go. Now we will be creating the same URL, a same link with the CTA sort of campaign. Let's create another Replug link here. If I want to navigate it to the pricing page of Replug, let's see how it works. So actually, Replug pricing page allows us to be used in an iframe. So whenever we are using a campaign that has CTA on it, it is mandatory for that specific destination link to allow to be embedded in an iframe. So here it allows it to be embedded in the iframe. So we get a tick mark here, we get a thumbs up. Okay, you're good to go. And we can do all of these changes like customize the message, how it looks like when I share the link, or password protect this short link, or put a link expiry date that after a particular time, remove it, or maybe customize link preview, how the link looks like when I share it with other people, even customize the favicon icon. Traffic routing rules, A/B testing, deep links. Daniel has already given a brief introduction on how they work. I'll just give you a small glimpse of all the filters in this. Yes, country, device, browser. There's a lot of modifications. One simple URL with lots of different destination URLs. If I save this link, I will be getting a short link, which can be modified. And if I edit it, I can change its slug, and let's put something interesting here. Replug pricing. Great. So now I'm going to be visiting my custom, default domain link with a custom slug actually. Perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. So guys, this is all about creating the campaigns and stuff. And as you guys see, it was very simple and basic, but you can still put questions for us and let us know if there is anything you want. And Mohsen is on the chat. He can help you guys, and Daniel is there to help you guys assist on all of this.
Okay guys, it was an awesome webinar on custom domains, and thank you Zira for a detailed demonstration on how custom domains connect with the Replug account, and the demonstration on campaigns, brands, and shortening the links. So hope you guys enjoyed it. We will be having a webinar on buy links. The next webinar will be on the buy links. So stay tuned, guys, and hope you enjoyed. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.